Alright guys, so did you guys learn how to drive? No shit, guys. If you guys are young, male, individual, whatever, and you're super young and you maybe you want to go ahead and learn how to drive, I would recommend learning how to drive right away, alright? I know a lot of people, they're like, I remember this other guy, he's a little bit older than me. He's like, I'm 22, but he's 22 as well, but he's about to be 23, so he's a little bit older than me. And I used to work with him at Taco Bell. I used to work with him in 2020 to 2022, and I remember when I was working with him, right, I was only 19 at the time. He was like 20 years old. And he was telling me, hey, bro, I'm going to get my driver's license and my permit. This was in 2021 now. Rewind, right? Couple years later, 2024, he texted me again. Hey, bro, I finally got my permit. I said, motherfucker, you told me this shit 3 years ago in 2021 when I was 19. You know what I'm saying? And then you're talking about, oh, yeah, I'm going to get my permit. I'm going to learn how to drive. But he was moving so slow. But don't be like that guy, right? He's still texting me. He's like, hey, bro, I'm going to take my driver's license. I'm a turtle. I've worked super slow in life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, bro, shut your yapping ass up, right? But you see the importance of knowing how to drive. My whole philosophy in life is you have to be well-rounded in every aspect of your life, in every component, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, characteristics, and life skills and experiences. And one of the life skills and experiences that you need to possess, especially as a young man or individual, is you need to learn how to drive. Don't be like my friend, or my old coworker, where he'll just yap and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna learn how to drive. I'm gonna learn how," but he doesn't do anything about it. It takes him forever to get shit done, right? So the importance of driving is, especially as if you're in a relationship or with anybody or any people, you need to acquire as much life skills and experiences as possible. When you're driving, say for example, your girl, right? You don't want your girl to be sitting and driving the car for you. You need to be the one driving the car because you're the man and the leader of the relationship and the family. Or, you know what I'm saying? Especially in a family household, I believe that the man should be the one driving, taking care of his kids, his wife. His wife shouldn't be driving and being all stressed out in traffic and, getting all antsy pantsy. And, especially at nighttime too, when you're driving home late at night, a little bit dark, you can't see, the lights are glaring, you can't see anything. I should be the one taking care of my girlfriend and, our kids in the back seat kind of thing. She shouldn't be having to drive. So it's very important as a young man individual to learn how to drive right away. You can drive your mom, your parents. Also, you can do errands, but you got to be working too. Maybe when I got my first car, I was 19 years old in 2021. I got my first car. I saved up to about like 30,000 in my bank account from Taco Bell that year, and then from there I spent another $5,000. You know what I'm saying, to just buy a cheap, reliable car. But with that car, I was able to get more opportunities in my life. So I literally was working 3 jobs at one point because I had a vehicle, right? I had a car for transportation. I didn't need to depend on my parents or have to walk to work or catch Uber rides to get to my jobs. I had my own car, so I could go from point A to point B and get shit done. All right. So from when I was 19, I remember I was working 3 jobs. So I work early in the morning at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go to my high school job. I would use my car, go to work, and then after I finish my work, I would pick up my girl from her job, take her home, run some errands. We would also do door dashing to earn extra income. And then at night times, I'll be working at Taco Bell, drive my car there, and then also I was working at this car rental, drive my car and drive to the airport and drive other people's cars. And, with that car and learning how to drive, I was able to do all these opportunities, gain more life skills and experiences, make more money, take care of my girl, make sure she's protected and safe, and then even some other stuff. Like I remember when, I would go to church with my car. I'll go to the acupuncture. Like now, every Sunday, I use my car to take my girl to the acupuncture. And right after I filmed this video, it's 11:44. I gotta get ready. I gotta go pick up my girl from her job right now. We gotta do some more errands. I gotta go thrifting for my reselling business. But it's because I know how to drive a car. You know what I'm saying? So I don't gotta depend on anybody. And when you know how to drive a car and a lot of different vehicles, you're pretty much a G. You know what I'm saying? So learn how to drive a car. It's very important. I know a lot of people, this is kind of silly video. Is like, why am I making a video about driving a car? But it's just important to me. Like, I started driving when I was 16. I learned how to drive a car was when I was working at my landscaping job in high school. I was driving golf carts and I was driving different vehicles over there. I was driving forklifts, the sit down forklift. And pretty much it's the same concept. When I jumped into a real vehicle, and I started practicing in a real vehicle, I was like, oh, this is so easy. It's the same thing as a golf cart. So that's how I learned how to drive. There's some other ways, maybe I don't know, like if you guys, I don't know how you guys might learn, but I'll probably just ask a family or parent member or someone to borrow a car. They sit in the passenger. You have to have a permit, and you just drive around an empty parking lot, and you get used to the controls, controlling the vehicle, and then once you get more and more comfortable, and then you know the rules of the road, you can start practicing on the road. You can get more experiences, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. Just learn how to drive, guys. Especially as a young individual, I'm talking to all the young males because your girl, your family, they gonna want you to drive, all right? Your girl gonna want to be the passenger princess. I promise you that. And you gotta make sure she's protected. And you gotta make sure that you make your money. So you need a car and know how to drive to get to point A to point B and do all your responsibilities as a young man. I'll see you guys for another video. Yes, sir.